Good evening, Raider Nation. This is UK Commish, Ollie DeRuyter, and we're back live. Thank you again, everyone, for joining us. Drop us a comment. Let us know you're here. Get in that comment section. Fire away. We're going to have open forum, so make your voice known, get your point across, and let's discuss it. We have got Tony. Tony's back with us tonight.
Nope.
We have got Mitch, the defector.
What's happening, guys?
The defector.
Yeah.
And as promised, we were able to. Oh, I need to get rid of that. We need to get Kevin back. He's back with us.
What was that? What was that? What's up, guys? Thanks for having me back.
Thanks for coming back, Kevin. Awesome to have you on board again.
I needed to shed my tears.
Tears of joy that's over?
No, more tears to come, I guess.
Listen, so we know last night's game didn't go as planned. Let's be honest. We went into the game with a lot of injuries. We were a lot of hands down. But I'm positive. It was a loss for sure. But the scoreline says that. But actually, I don't think our injuries hit us as hard as we thought they might. I think we put a good show out there. Offensively, we played nice football. Surprised that we didn't see JJ get the rock a bit more. Offensive line, little sketchy. Receivers, Aguilar broke out. A few catches.
What a player would have been.
Yeah. He had a good game. Defensively, it was better, right?
Yep, I agree.
In some ways. Kevin's silent. And
it was good to see a certain player back, but Krakowski.
Wow.
Krakowski.
Interesting thing I noticed about defense, and we were talking about this on the virtual tailgate, was Gunther's decided to go and hide in the box.
Yeah.
Doesn't even want to be on the sideline anymore.
So he could see the field better.
Yeah, see the field better, according to Gruden's presser. Yeah.
That's a questionable decision, to say the least.
Yeah. So I'm thinking we're hitting the market and we're just trying to distance him, is my thought.
Possibly. What we got? 1 week and then
I'm gonna start already. Can we blame this on Gunther? Because I don't think that, like you said, Ollie, the defense didn't play too bad. We turned the ball over 3 times. They only scored from 1 of those. The defense stood up after the 2 turnovers and forced them to punt after 2 of them. And what did the offense do after those 3 turns? After we got them punting, nothing.
This is the thing. The biggest takeaway I had from last night is we lost it. We weren't beaten. We lost the game for ourselves, I think, last night. I don't think the score accurately reflected the performance that we put in.
As much as we want to fire Paul Gunther, and maybe that'll happen right now, not ready yet. I'll get into that a little bit later. But the offense, even though Carr looked good on paper, we still gave the ball up, killed momentum. 4th and 2 twice. We kicked the ball. It's a little bit of both, but when you give up, and also the penalties are up again too.
Wow.
7 penalties, 6 or 7 penalties, 70 to 80 yards. I can't remember what it was. There was a lot of hidden yardage that we lost there. Penalties too that killed a great touchdown to Aguilar. But it seems like the offense pushed by Gruden was not playing to try to tie the game. It was kind of just 14-3. Is that when we were down by? And we're just like, we're not playing to try to catch up and win the game. So there's all these little decisions there. Of course, the defense is bad right now. And I don't expect the defense to just get together right away. Paul Gunther needs a little bit more time, but still there is a lot of stuff that was not done and left out on that field. And in a way, I think we beat ourselves.
He's for sure on a very, very short leash.
Thin ice.
But, I think it was in the first episode we were talking about, what we're seeing this year, the 2020 Raiders, and we saw discipline. We just wanted to see some better cohesion. We've had that topic before. Well, what we saw yesterday was discipline went out the window.
Yeah.
It was, and I don't just mean from a from a PI perspective. I mean, like, do your job, as that guy says. Do your job.
That guy.
And it just wasn't being done. They were not.
Interestingly, it was the second week in a row that penalties were up as well, and second loss.
Yep. But then John Gruden came out and was quite adamant that the illegal formation to rule out Nelly's touchdown was. He seemed to think it wasn't. I've only seen the replay once, so I can't comment. But and then Josh Jacobs, he just lowers his shoulder and gets initiating contact with the lid. I wasn't sure about that one either. And they were two big penalties. Because the next play after Josh Jacobs, I believe that was Carr's first fumble. So if you look at all these things going on, you put Nelly's touchdown in there, we're up 7. That's already a tied game. You ruled out Carr's fumble, which not only did we lose, possession in not the red zone, but in field goal range. But I'm pretty sure that was when they went down and scored a touchdown again. So there's another 7-point swing, and then you add all that up with other stuff as well. And, the other two turnovers.
Where do we reckon it is? If we've got, there's so many different contributing factors here, but if you gave it like a, 60-40 split, where are the most of our problems? Are they, I don't, I'm not smashing on the team right now, but you've got to focus on your weaknesses to get better. So do we have 60% of problems on the defense? Are we moving away from any concerns on the offense?
I think it's week to week. It really is. So, like, we lost to the Patriots, and they're currently second ranked in, offensive yards in rushing the ball, and they did run all over us. Their running backs had a day. And then last night, the Bills, they ranked second in offensive passing, and they literally scored. I think it was all bar a couple. They were just passing, all down the field on us, and they didn't really get the ball running. So I think it's all situational. I think it really is.
It is, but it always comes back to the D, doesn't it? It's always the same. It's year in, year out. It doesn't matter, and we've been talking about this at the virtual tailgate. It doesn't matter which coordinate we have. It's the same thing year in, year out. It's poor D, and it's largely in the same areas as well.
Is that because what Simon says here? Is that because they're young and indisciplined?
It seems like no matter what people we bring in, whether it's celebrated talent or young players that have a lot of we have a lot of high hopes for, defense just never seems to gel. So I don't know if that's a coaching problem. It probably is, because we would like to see some more maybe some more looks and stuff like that, maybe something going on there. But when it comes to Gunther, we have to ask ourselves the question. Okay, so we're going into play the Chiefs, and then we get our bye week. So there's a good chance here we're going to be two and was it? I don't know. 2 and 3 here going to the bye week, and then we got Tampa at home, and they're playing on high cylinders right now. Who are you going to replace Gunther with if we want him fired right now? I mean, this is it. I had to look at some things before the game. So when Gunther was in Cincy, his defense, so on the points differential, he was ranked 5th, 14th, 19th. With us, he's 27th, 31st. Ken Norton Jr. before that, with the Hawks, he was 6th, 10th, 14th. With us, he's 11th, 17th, 25th. Rob Ryan before that, it's got to be. It's got to be the pieces that he's working with. It's got to be the players. They haven't gelled yet, and they look lost out on that field, to be honest with you. And so maybe it takes a little bit more time, for them to gel a little before we say let's throw Gunther out there. Yes, I mean, and try and getting rid of him during this season isn't necessarily the best thing. That could hurt a team, but we don't know. You got to think about who we're going to bring in. Wade Phillips. He doesn't have a job right now, so I don't know.
Yeah,
Wade Phillips right there. You go.
PCB's with you there.
Oh, what? Who's a PCB 69?
Paul
I
Barry.
don't know. We're new to streaming to Periscope, so
Okay, Barry.
this is awesome to have someone in
I
for
was about to
Periscope.
say, is that Paul
Wade's
Berry?
name has been
It's
being
Paul.
thrown around out there, so it's not a secret. But it's not like we can go ahead and just, our defensive line coach Rob Marinelli, him can just slide right in there if we get rid of him. But I know Raider fans want something new when it comes to that defense, and right now we're just grabbing at anything.
Doesn't Wade Phillips run a 3-4 though, which everyone thinks?
Yes, he does. So that's going to change
yeah.
everything. Yeah,
I think that's going to be more detrimental than just keeping Gunther, because, like we said, against the Patriots, we were missing tackles left, right, and center. This game, we weren't really missing many tackles. All of their receivers had some incredible catches. They all had at least one spectacular catch, and Josh Allen was dropping the ball in the bucket. And it doesn't matter who you are in the defensive backfield. Some of them you just aren't stopping at the end of the day. So again, it's a game.
It's a combination. I think Gruden is not he's not putting his foot down. He's playing too safe. I'm tired of these 4-2s going for the field goal. Just go for it. Show the team. Yeah. Show the team. Show the people supporting the team. Show the people that's running the team that you're ready to make some chances, and just give these guys some confidence. Because if one of those 4-2s goes and gets a touchdown, it says a lot, man. I'm tired of the safe playing. Punch it in, do it. What else you got to lose right now? You got one of the best teams that you're going to. Everyone's expecting you to lose right now. It's frustrating for all of us.
There were 2 points that came out last night on the virtual tailgate. There was the just before the half. We said on the virtual tailgate, why not go for 2 there and make it a 3-point game? Mitch come out with that one, and then obviously late in the third, we're at 4-2. We're 4th and 2. Deep within the red zone. I think we were just outside the 10. I think, and we roll Carlson out. You're right, absolutely. At that point, just go for it.
Look back at week one,
especially if you're down to the Bills. We're going to have to do that with the Chiefs. Yeah. We're going to be down to the Chiefs, and we got to just sling it. They should have gone to Nelson again soon after that. They just should have kept doing it. Show them they had confidence in him that we're going to keep doing it, because that keeps the defense gussing. They were, and that's able
what we were saying as well. Was when we had that one call back, we went go straight back to it, or at least give it one play. Go straight back to it.
Yeah.
Aguilar's hot. Feed him. He was making great grabs for great yardage. Really reassuring that we still had some form of a vertical stretch, as we were talking about, without Ruggs being there. So, fantastic to see. What are you sharing about? What are you saying in the comments?
Annie apparently has a little crush on Mitch right now.
I'm getting some love for the first time on the show.
Annie McLeod. I'm a little jealous.
But no, Ollie, go back to Ollie did call that one about going straight back to Nelly. And I think the thing with Nelly, he's playing so well for us. And I feel like they're still trying to put him as that number 2 receiver. And I think he's sort of sat there going, if Ruggs is out and, Williams is out, let me be the go-to man. And he's showing that he can do it.
And he should have been. He should have been on Sunday.
Yeah. And should we be looking at him as number 1 receiver? I think we should.
I wanted more Renfro too.
I wanted more Renfro. We saw some first and Renfro, sorry. But I wanted to see more of him. They did a fairly good job on Waller. Somehow they turned up against our run, which, again, I said at the top of the show, I don't understand why we didn't run that pill a lot harder at them. And frankly, I do understand why we didn't, because we couldn't.
Jacobs didn't look good.
He didn't. He's got that hip injury, and we were talking about his gait. He was kind of moving, kind of funky. I'm not sure if there's something down there.
I think the word you used in the tailgate was that he's walking/running with a lollop, which I thought was a very British way. A very British way of explaining it. It was so accurate, he was.
Yeah. So, he just didn't have that drive, and when he hit the pile, normally he'll shift the pile. Mm-hmm. He was hitting it and go down. Yeah. So, if our run game is not running, and that is what Gruden's offense is predicated on run first. Clearly. And we're not running the pill. So we got to be a bit smarter and play. It comes down to that. I think that the halftime adjustments and the play-by-play adjustments, we need to pick up when certain people are hot. You know, it's like on Madden. You know, you get they get the red ring around them. Yeah. You're like, I'll just feed him.
Yeah,
Aguilar was hot. Feed him.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And he has been hot a lot of this season, to be honest. Like, he's been there.
I'd love to see some Tecmo Bowl with Bo Jackson. That's what I would love to see with this team do. Not going to happen, but it'd be nice.
But, you know,
you want to see Jacob doing that across the field there.
With 40% of our starting O-line out, like, it was going to be tough, but it shouldn't have been that tough.
I was, because I'm obsessed with numbers, because I'm sad, I was looking again today. Carr's been sacked 7 times this season. Do you know how many sacks our starting 7 offensive line have given up? 2. So it's very hard to find stats on, you know, if Waller's blocking and he gives it up, or if Rashard's blocking on a third down. But apparently Colton Miller and John Simpson have given up half a sack each, and Denzel Good's given up 1 sack. So where are the other 5 coming from?
We should give a little credit to Carr here. Carr played pretty well.
He's listening.
Other than that fumble, you know, that he did, he was moving around. He got a first down or 2 running and such. Unfortunately, he just didn't get a lot of help in other ends. But I just want him to. Now that we're seeing him move around a little bit, that's always been a complaint that he hasn't been doing that. I want to see him throw some deep ball, take some chances, open up that vision.
Did you see the Honey Badger's comment the other day? So I'm going to read this off from my phone. He said, the biggest thing is we knew that when Carr did take shots downfield, we understood it pre-snap by the formation, and it put us in a position to make a play. Tight ends, running backs, and check downs, that's his game. So we were able to capitalize when we saw that he was going to throw it downfield.
Yeah.
Is he telegraphing it to defensive backs when he's going to air it out?
But he was hitching up in the pocket, and he was looking good. And, you know, every once in a while, like we said, in episode 2 of the still unnamed show, is, you know, he was seeing it, letting the pressure wash, and he took off. How many times did he take off? 3 times?
Mm-hmm.
Was nice to see. They're like reassuring, and you know, I'm not a Carr hater, but I will give him grief. But I will give him grief.
So what you're saying is Carr's acting like Gannon did in the last Super Bowl.
No, he's a long way off of that.
he has a tell.
Oh, he's certainly got some tells.
Painful memories. Why you got to drag that up?
Sorry.
No, I think. I've said it before. You know, I think he's putting together a steady season, and other than the ball control, the fumbles could be better, but the rest of it, you know, he's putting together a nice, steady, solid season. He's not going to go out and set the world alight, but I think he's, you know, I don't think he deserves a lot of the bashing that he gets.
So we said it on the last show, and I brought this up on screen a minute ago, but I'm going to bring it back. Then does Gruden start shouldering some of this? Stevie's making the point. You know, as players, I think yesterday we had a few faux pas, let's say, but they happen. This is football. This is a contact sport, and stuff happens. But some players were hot out there, and they were playing good football to what they were being coached. And we've bashed on Gruden. We've bashed on Gunther. I don't want to beat Chucky up, but Chucky, come on, man. QB was actually playing well.
Someone posted this up on Facebook earlier. Is it time that Chucky went? And I think the brief answer to that is no, because we're entering, how many seasons is it now of just being in the doldrums of the NFL? because we have this culture, this head coaching carousel. It's time for some stability. Look at Pittsburgh
Browns.
with Cal.
I thought you were going the opposite way.
Cal was there 15 years? Was it 15 years?
Sorry, go ahead, Tony.
Yeah, and they weren't all successful years. They were solid years, but it seems as though if you don't get deep into the playoffs as a Raiders head coach, you're on borrowed time from the moment you step foot in the facility, though.
Well, one of the things I noticed too, like remember a couple of years ago, maybe even a little bit, even last year, when stuff would go wrong, Carr would always say, it's on me, blah, 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 blah. And we got kind of tired of hearing that, stop saying it, because there's other people around you that are messing up as well. And then even last year and I think that we're seeing a lot of Gruden saying, I need to coach better. I need to do things better and stuff like that. What I want to see Gruden do is change things up, and if there's problems he got a little sensitive after this game. I don't know if you saw the interview with him about when he was being asked about the coaching and the defense. And, he says, I don't want to talk about that right now. I want him to say everyone's accountable for their positions and we're going to look at that and do something about it. I don't want to hear we're going to talk about it and say we're going to do something about it. That shows a little bit more leadership. That lets us know that he also recognizes the problem and that he's going to do it. He doesn't have to give the details about it, but in defeat like that, you have to step up and say changes are going to be made. Let us know changes are going to be made. Don't allude to anything. Just do it, because going into Kansas City, changes need to be made.
Yeah. Did you see that the other week? He had a presser the other week, and someone questioned him about the free agent moves, particularly Malik Collins. Mm-hmm. And Gruden straight up came out and said, "I've just walked out of a meeting with Malik Collins, and he knows he needs to play better." And I thought, whew.
Yeah, and don't get me wrong. I want to keep Chucky. I want to keep him going. I need him to let us know that he's adjusting, he's making changes, and that he was brought on for a reason. And I almost feel like he's too light on his coaches, and I need him to be as hard on his coaches than he is on his players.
I think you've got to look at kind of the era that we're in now. So when Chucky was here last time, it was, there was the typical shot of Gruden just screaming at anyone and everyone around him. And when he came back in, everyone went, well, people are different these days. You've kind of got to go up and give people a cuddle. And I don't know if he's kind of gone too far into that. But yeah, I mean, it's the message that we're getting is very similar to the message that we were getting, although delivered differently, to when Dennis Allen was head coach. Every week, Dennis Allen would come out and go, "We've got to get better." Yeah, obviously, we watch the game. We all watch the game. Yes, you've got to get better. What are you going to do to get better? And it was just, I believe even one week he came out and said, we've got to get better at getting better. So yeah, you're absolutely right. And as far as Carr's concerned, coming out and saying, I shoulder the blame for that and things, that's, in my opinion, that's what your quarterback does. Certainly that's what I would do. I would shoulder the blame if there was like particular heavy loss or whatever. I would shoulder that blame. I'm sure Ollie has done that in the past as well.
It's never been my fault, so no.
Even if it's not your fault, if I leave the office, comes out and goes, you know what? Yeah, that's on me.
I just want to mention Sean Quinn in the chat said Gruden's not coaching a style. He's trying to fit with his youngster style of management, but I want to see him get into people, get in their faces. That was one thing I missed about the sidelines with Gannon. They would get in each other's face. There's that famous line in Dodgeball, get angry, play mean. And I want to see that more from Carr, pump these guys up, show some emotion on the field. We hated Dennis Allen because he would just kind of go.
Well, that's the thing is we know Chucky will chew a ref out and he'll get angry. You've never seen him, actually show the emotion towards the players, like get accountable. do something about yourself.
His lip, doesn't he?
But look at, I mean,
is grabbing a player's face mask on the side of the field, is that still allowed? I don't know if it is or not.
No, but not shots are all good. You're fine.
I mean, we saw
Come
that
on,
last
Malik!
year. Come on! And you know, we saw it last year. There was, I can't remember which game it was, but Carr and Gruden got into it on the sideline, and there was no different to what we'd see from Gruden and Gannon back in the day. And everyone went, "Oh, you know, that's just the way things are." Everyone jumped on it last year, like, "Oh, look, it's trouble in paradise."
Yeah.
You know, they hate each other.
Sally's house. Yeah,
And it was no different to what we would see with Gruden and Gannon.
This is a conversation I've seen that I think is an interesting thing. Thought is Derek Carr too nice to be a Raider? Is that his problem?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Unanimous.
And that's part of the problem that I've had with him. Like since he came, like he's got talent. He doesn't have grit.
Yeah, I feel like if Chucky got in his face and was like, "You're like drilled into him," he'd go, "Yes, coach," and walk off, and you'd be like, "No, get angry at me as well."
I don't know. He offered out Stephen A. Smith last year, didn't he? So maybe he's got a little edge to him.
Didn't do anything about it though, did he?
No, he offered him out.
Didn't do anything about it. Yeah, but all mouth
Carr, come on.
It's progress. All right.
Yeah, but I mean, but that's one way that he fires off. It's just the several stages of denial, like. He comes out, he says, I didn't play very well. I'll do something about it. And what was the line he came out with this week? I'm like, just find another story to read to us because do something about it or shut the up and get off the screen. Like, go and do something about it. And this is what you've touched a nerve now. I'm getting angry. So here we go. I'm off, guys. Might as well go on mute. I'm done for 5 minutes. Here we go. Now, honestly, I cannot stand people that are going to sit there and do nothing about it but whinge and bitch. If he's not doing it, take a seat. Because Marcus will hobble out there, or Peterman will hobble out there, and they might give a shit about being on that field. Because right now you're playing consistently. Okay, yesterday, good game. Granted. But, every once in a while you do hit a fan. It's fine. But he is not playing consistently good football. We need consistency. Get out.
Yeah.
Mic drop.
Okay.
Mic drop.
Well, yeah, mic drop.
No, I agree with it. Yeah, but it's a shame. I mean, it's not a shame, but
and we've had a carousel of QBs, and I love some stability. I agree, we need some stability, but dude, I don't want these Sunday pressers from you as much as you don't want to go. I don't want to lose anymore. That was it. I'm tired of losing. Okay, shut up. Don't do the presser then. Go back to training and train.
Yeah.
I'm done. You take the mic now.
I think you just crystallized all of our thoughts and we're just kind of soaking it in right now.
You're good. He's going to show me next.
Derek Carr, along with Darren and all of the 17 of his brothers, are now going to block you on Twitter because they're notorious for doing that. So let's hope they don't listen to this.
Stevie agrees. I'll send Stevie round. Stevie will have some. This is the thing.
What do you want consistency-wise, though?
Want consistently good football. You cannot go out there and game plan with your guy who is a thermostat, not a thermometer. He sets the tone. If he is sometimes hot, sometimes cold, bad thermostat. What do? You get the electrician round. You replace your thermostat.
I love
this is the way that you are coached to be a quarterback these days. Be a thermostat, not a thermometer.
Yeah.
He is hot and cold, hot and cold. It is not good enough. You know what, Carr? I've always said it. Carr, you're going to be a brilliant Raider backup quarterback.
He needs to be not only consistent on the field, but also on the sideline. And he just needs to play meaner. I liked it when in the Saints game, it felt like we saw a little more of that, but it needs to keep going. And in press, I think someone needs to coach him in press conferences a little bit better too. Because he's not just speaking to the fans, he's also speaking for the rest of the team that's not there talking behind the camera. and he needs to show that. And I'm trying to put myself as a player that just lost a game, and I'm watching what he's saying. It's not doing it for me.
He
think
he doesn't need a hype man. He needs to be the hype man.
Either way, yep.
You know, he needs to go out there and in those pressers, stop answering the journalists. Talk to your players, talk to your teammates through them, because I tell you what, that will speak echelons. What you say to the camera, trust me, your teammates are listening. The fans, it's a throwaway headline. It doesn't matter. Yeah. Say what you want. Talk to your teammates. They will get behind you because they'll go, damn, this guy publicly said, not stop saying it's on me, but publicly said, I am working with these guys. I am driving them harder and XYZ. I'm not 100% what he needs to say right now, but more than what he's doing right now.
See, I don't know if some of this comes back to, consistency at the coaching level, and that same message as well about the whole playing meaner and things like that, and making more things happen. Because you go back to like 2016 and things like that, seasons like that, where he had that competitive edge to him. He had that edge, that kind of want to win. And then he went, and I think it was against the Saints, where he kind of dived for a first down, got upended, and he come off the field, and Jack Del Rio went, it was great. Don't do that again.
Yeah, I remember.
You know, and then you know, fast forward, and we're saying, you know, we need you to do these things.
He didn't mean it. He went, I've got to tell you from a health and safety perspective, please don't do that again. But damn, do it again.
Yeah.
Okay. Fair enough. Yeah, no, okay, fair enough. But I mean, you know,
I think it transposes from like his press conferences. Going back to the Saints game last week that we played, did you see his like pre-game huddle before that game? It was possibly the most lapse huddle ever, because he literally put everyone's arm up and he said, give me all you've got and we'll see what happens. I was like, what? No, that was against the Patriots, sorry, not the Saints. Give me what you've got and we'll see what happens. I was like,
he's no Drew Brees pre-game.
If anyone said that to me,
but if you deliver that properly, like I could have a moment to rehearse it, I'll get it ready. But he's thought of that pre-game and of what he's going to say, what the thermostat needs to be set to for that game. If you deliver that properly, you deliver it as a challenge. Give me all that you've got, and I will show you what you are capable of. That's the message that he's trying to give there. He sucks.
But it sounded like he was giving out.
He didn't deliver it. I know exactly the snip you're talking about.
Yeah.
You deliver it properly, and that message gets across there loud and clear. But nice consistency, great backup.
So you are saying he's consistent then?
At being a backup. For being a backup, like he's got enough to do that.
I mean, because on the consistency front this year, he's every single game this year is above 70% completion percentage. There's touchdowns. There's 0 interceptions.
Yeah, but if you complete at like 1 yard, 2 yards, you're all good.
But he's not. This is it. We bought out the next gen stats a couple of shows ago, and he is pushing the ball down the field further than Captain Check.
I'm going to go and hunt these. I don't disbelieve you, but I'm going to go and get it.
Yeah, go for it.
I think he had 11 attempts over 10 yards last night, and he only had 1 over 20. It would have been 2 over 20 if Nelly's was accounted for. I can't fully remember.
But this is a far cry from what was it 6 yards last year was kind of pretty much the average. Well, no, I think it was shorter than 6 yards. In fact, I've got it here.
The yards per game.
Oh no, he's always above 7 yards.
We're getting stat heavy now, aren't we?
Apart from 2017.
Regarding the game versus the Bills, I it's a little bit of how we kind of shot ourselves in the foot, because we were in that game, until the momentum killers of the turnovers and the 3 points and not 7 attempts. The Bills are good, but they weren't great. But what was kind of scary was that everyone's talking about how Josh Allen was great on his feet, and he didn't need to be because he carved us up,
Yeah.
But we had a chance to win that game. Even the injuries and the people that came into sub, we had a chance, and we just shot ourselves in the foot.
No, that's
Yeah.
true.
This is kind of what I said earlier about us losing, not being beaten. A quick look at the turnovers this year. We've coughed the ball up 6 times this year in 4 games. It's not going to get it done in any way, shape, or form.
Yep,
that has to get better.
Yeah, like you said before,
the risk of sounding like Dennis Allen, that has to get better.
But before the turnovers yesterday, we had the ball at their 32, and it was 16-17 to them. Field goals up by 2, touchdown puts us up by 6, and then their next 3 possessions were, or 4 possessions were touchdown, and then 2 punts.
Yeah.
So
I got a question for you guys. I want you to answer this honestly, and this is for the chat as well. When you were watching that game last night, and Carr threw the touchdown that tied Kenny Stabler, and then he threw the other touchdown that passed him, did you really care?
No.
We want wins. We don't care about that, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Congratulations on beating the record, obviously.
And Kenny's just said that in the comments as well.
Yeah.
Which I agree with.
It came up, and I just went, does it actually feel like you're on that plateau, on that level? Hell no. Get his name off that screen with that name next to Kenny Stabler.
Yeah.
No way.
Give us wins. Give us wins instead. That's all we want. Just give us wins.
Boom.
I mean, at least Jameis Winston was making an attempt when he threw 30 interceptions. Just give us some wins. Come on.
Which comes down to that, how he is delivering messages to his teammates. You can take a team of ragtags or, know about your weaknesses that you've got out there. But you're the quarterback. Buck stops with you. You got to, like Tony was saying, you got to shoulder it, but you got to lead them. You have got to lead them. And we were out there shorthanded. We didn't have all of our A team out there. And DC, even if you only believe in them like 50%, if you're not sure of them, blow smoke up the guy's ass.
I think Stevie McLeod has come up with the new show name because he's referring to our defense as the Anxiety Crew. I think that's what you guys should call the show, is the Silver and Black Anxiety Crew. Because we've been living with anxiety for 20 years.
I do think, though, we need to can the show because it started going south when the show started.
We were 2-0. Show starts 2-2.
So we might take a hiatus.
Oh, that's not the reason why. Come on, man. Nice try.
I'll shoulder that blame.
The writing was on the wall.
We need to get better at getting better, don't we, guys?
Sorry, I swear this is going to be the last time I mention it, but definitely the new show name has to have something plus Judas in.
I'll say, yeah. I'm just gonna hide.
Tell you what, I need to just put him up there just so he's fully blocked out. We can all dodge it. It's fine. It is all right, guys. You are tuned in to a Raider show. It's all good. We'll get that crap off the screen. All right, guys. Look,
I can't wait for Saturday's show.
I think what's the damage done in the AFC West?
We're still second.
Yeah, we are still second, and this is good. This is better than third. I can do maths. Chargers, bit of a dumpster fire going on there. Broncos, I think we got lucky.
The Bucs look good against the Chargers.
Yeah. Are we on a par with the Chiefs? Hell no. Hell no. Can we be? Yeah. Are we going to turn it around this year? we're going to lay a good foundation this year. We're going to lay a good foundation. Chucky's got rid of his deadwood that he doesn't want on the roster, and he's building the foundational skills, terminology, expectations from the players. And I think that might be why he's not turning around and grabbing the face cage and saying, "You got to sort shit out," because he hasn't got to that point where the foundation is fully laid with them, so he can't stand behind it. So once he's changed all of that culture, he can then start holding people more accountable.
Yeah. See, look, Sean agrees with me. It's not DC. DC's not the problem.
That is an essay.
That's a big comment. That is a big comment.
Car's my QP, he's my guy type of message. I'll read that offline. But yeah, it's not my QB. It's great backup. So listen, AFC West, I think we can pray to work towards some wild card. I'd like to see us prove we can at least get into the playoffs.
One thing I want to mention real quick regarding the QB situation, what the Raiders need to do is start nurturing younger QBs that they get in the draft behind whoever their quarterback starter is. That's what the Patriots have been doing. And they've been, then if they don't use them, they were drafting and bringing in QBs with Tom Brady all these years, but then they would flip them and get some, at least get some picks for these guys, and that's what we need to do. There needs to be a quarterback drafted next year. Whether they're keeping Carr or not, get him there. And then if something goes sideways, throw him in there. Look what's happening to the young QBs that are getting drafted now. They're going right in there and starting.
Yeah. And at the very least, you've got a very knowledgeable quarterback in DC. Yeah. And he can impart that. Like, TB12's done up there, Garoppolo was worth a boatload because of he was the understudy.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think you're right.
You look at that as well. Look at, Mariota's paycheck compared to what it would be if you did bring in a rookie. What's he, 8 million? Something silly like that.
Yeah, but
he's making more than COVID Newton, that's for sure.
Oh.
So,
Simon's got it there in the comments about having a steady run of games after the bye.
Aren't you?
Yeah, pretty
much.
Like,
Ollie, you're not monitoring these comments hard enough.
So I mean, having a steady run of games after bye, I think the bye is coming at a really good time for us again. It's early enough. We have got a lot of knocks, a lot of injuries, and although what's the deal with IR? I can't remember how many weeks IR is. Is it 3 weeks? Is it
3 weeks now?
3 weeks. So I think we'll rest Richie through to the bye.
Isn't Richie on IR until the bye, and then he gets bye? So.
No, I thought he was on 3 weeks.
We're going to have, after the bye, we're going to have the Sunday night late game versus Tampa Bay at home.
Which is going to be tough as well.
Yeah, no. I think after the bye, I think we'll see. We'll see what we've got.
I like how we're looking to the bye right now and not next week's game against Kansas City.
We haven't got a game this week, have we?
You know what? I'd love to see.
Can we start the bye now and have just 2 weeks off? That'd be great.
Well, COVID.
You can't lose if you don't turn up.
We might be better off,
Well, I don't know if you spoil. Wait. We can't spoil the show on Saturday. We can't talk about it. That's for pre-game.
Well, I think I'm hysterical at the sheer thoughts of something.
We spoke about this last week.
But I might not be here. I want to give my pick.
I will bring you back. Don't worry. You come in, you can do your pick.
Send us a video.
We might have found another guest.
52-10 Chiefs, and they're going to rest Holmes in the fourth quarter.
Tell you what, send us a video of your pick, and we'll play it like an award winner who can't make the ceremony. We'll do that.
Yeah, we'll do that.
Just to see who else gets injured this week. Who John Gruden gets injured, and we have to have some backup head coach. No doubt.
I'd love to. I don't want to spoil Saturday's show, but I want to see us just come out in a whole hella different look. come out there
Are you
and
talking about
maybe
us or the
try-
Raiders?
Us.
maybe just try hurry up.
Fancy dress,
game.
wigs.
Done.
There, done.
Wow.
No, I think we should just try some stuff, because if we play this flavor of football, we're getting our asses handed to us. But, I think we should try some stuff. I'm not going to spoil Saturdays, but we should try some stuff.
Which is a
For
great
sure.
plug there. Join us Saturday. Send your picks in.
Join us Saturday, same time.
Maybe instead of silver and black, we go out there with black and silver. What about that?
It's good math. I like your math.
Ollie forgot how to do the math then.
Yeah.
I'm throwing darts, guys. I just
To
want
be
something-
fair, they didn't teach me addition of colors.
I'm in complete agreement with you, Ollie. I want the team to do something different. Surprise us. Maybe go out and have fun.
No.
Does that work?
No, football is not fun.
I remember fun.
What would be the most outlandish? Drop it in the comments. What would be the thing you'd love to see out there? Would you like to see some, I don't know, like craziness, like Max Crosby at tight end?
I want Gruden to wear shorts. Let's do that. Gunther, I want him to put like a jersey on, maybe, and a backwards hat. I don't know.
And then
Or to
come
put his
out
face mask on
I think
without getting caught, right?
I think
You caught that when the camera comes to him and the guy next to him nudged him.
elbow.
Maybe do a wildcat for fun, and a flea flicker,
I think you missed Gruden wearing shorts the other week, didn't you?
or maybe an oop-de-oop. I don't know, something.
Wasn't that what Gruden was wearing the other week? Was a pair of shorts, was it? Or something?
In my
It was
eyes,
long.
I don't want to make a mockery of Sunday's game, but take the opportunity to trial and error. Say, this is what we're seeing. Let's try it. What's the worst that happens? We win.
Isn't the argument with that though that if we start throwing out these wild ass plays, even if they don't work, that
I've got the best comment.
I just saw it too. Tony
This might not be the
Carroll.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So there is a friend of the fan club. I don't know if he's a friend, but his name is Tony
Ryan was
Carroll.
my friend. I don't know about you guys.
He is good friend, and it was noted he was not on the Raiders sideline.
Yeah.
So Raiders, we know you watch the show because you're clearly coaching on it, which is good to hear that you're coming to the right place for your coaching tips. But Raider organization, where is Tony Carroll?
Yeah.
Where is he?
Yeah.
Now we're going to have to start T-shirts, not just the Tony Carroll Appreciation Society, but find Tony Carroll, because that's the difference.
We're going to have to do special edition milk cartons.
Yeah.
With Tony Carroll's face on.
I'm
Have
on
you
it.
seen
I'm
this
on
guy
it.
in
I'll get a
Vegas?
supplier. I'll work on one tonight. Yeah, I will get them. Have you seen this man?
I know. I hadn't even realised that I hadn't seen him. But no, I think we might have left him back in the bay, which is
I
sad.
don't want to bring everyone's night down, but I did end
And
up
on that
somehow
bombshell, Mitch left.
on the on the coaches.
I like Stevie's suggestion there.
I ended up
Is
on
that
the
the one?
coaches page, and I can't see him on the website. I think he's gone.
Oh no.
This is a sad moment for Raider fans in the UK. If Tony Carroll has left the building, we are going to have to go into mourning.
Yeah, turn Carr into a corner just for like one play. That'd be great.
That's cracking. I'd love to see it.
Oh man.
Carr would be bailing.
I just want to see Gunther out there at linebacker. That's all I want to see. Put Gunther at linebacker and just say, show
Can
us
you
what
can you imagine Abram as the quarterback? Oh man.
It'd be QB keeper. And
He'd
it'd be like,
he'd knock
to be
himself
fair,
out,
though,
he'd, like sack
seriously,
himself.
what about, like, we talk about crazy things, come out with a wishbone, and anyone that knows me, like, I like wishbones, has put a championship ring on my finger, but Abram at fullback.
There you go.
Fullback.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We don't
There you
need to. We've got the best fullback in the league.
Wishbone.
All right.
Let Alex play safety. Alex Ingold.
I am getting the old email fingers out. I am sending an email to Gru. Yeah, that would be savage.
That was the first question that he asked during his press conference when he was hired. My first question is, who's our fullback? Abram.
I mean, Abram, Ingold, and then JJ running behind that. Get out the way. There is nothing stopping that. Boop, boop.
Something would go wrong. Something.
Anyways.
Who knew that last night would be the game that sent us all delirious?
I know, right?
This has just gone. This has taken a hard right turn. This show. I don't know where we've gone, but sorry, everyone in chat.
Sorry, guys. Yeah, we've
wheeled away straight.
We've got like sensible comments coming up, and we've got
sensible ones like men in kilts. It's
that's
all sensible,
perfectly reasonable.
Yeah, there you go. Put them in kilts.
Loving it. NFL issued kilts.
Yeah,
I think there's a market for it.
Regimental style. There you go.
Anyways, guys, on that bombshell, not trademarked. It has been good fun, but I think we are coming to the end of tonight's show. So, Kevin, awesome to have you back.
Thank you for having me, guys. This is fun.
I guess I do have to kind of just quietly give Mitch 1 point. You can have 1 point for the win.
Woo!
And then moving on from that one really quickly. So, Kevin, awesome to have you on. Let's get you back. So long as you're not treacherous, because there might be a guest spot coming, a permanent spot coming up for traitors consistently. If he makes it 2 weeks in a row, you're hired, Kevin. Tony, as always, awesome to have you here. Mitchell, awesome to have you here. Kevin, give us a send off.
I just want to say I know we're feeling really hurt right now. We're all very sensitive because, we're Raider fans. But the best thing about being a Raider fan is being part of Raider Nation. And let's keep us above water that way. Watch the overreactions. Let us do that for you. And go Silver and Black UK.
We love it. Awesome. Thank you, guys. Go Raiders.
Thank you for watching.